Hey everyone, so in this video we'll explore the next steps of FastAPI. So last video we already seen like how to install FastAPI dependencies and how to run the FastAPI application. So now we'll move ahead and we'll try to learn what are path parameters and how to implement that and how to get the response from the user and how to take so some kind of information from the path and to use it in your functions and get generate the response sent back to the user. So those kind of things we'll try to see. So before jumping to path parameters, let's see like kind of with a small flow and examples. So what we did in the previous, like how to implement the fast API. So first step is very simple. Like you have to install this fast API, right? So fast API and UICon. So that is the first step. So directly pip install and all the stuff. Pip install fast API, pip install UICon. So that is the command. So using that, you can import that fast API. That is the first step. And second step is like to create this instance. So you anyway you're importing that, right? So you have to create one instance, otherwise you can't directly access it, right? So that is the next step. And after creating that, we are discussing about path variables, right? Path variable or path operations, nothing but this. So if you go to any website, let's say openai.com slash or something pricing or something, so you can see that top path, right? So this is nothing but a path. So this fastapi.tanglo.com slash tutorial, you can see this is nothing but a path, this is nothing but entire URL. So so in general, so if this is a URL, right? So the path is nothing but the remaining portion after this .com. After this .com, so there is a tutorial slash first steps. This entire thing is nothing but the path. So we name it as endpoint or root. So so this is how we used to explain. This is the terms we have to use in our application, in our day-to-day like fast API applications or fast API terminology. So we name it as endpoint, right? So yeah. So uh, this is nothing but path. So operations, we already know the basic HTTP operations like get, put, post, delete. We covered like what is the purpose of that. In general, 90% like we use these methods. Of course, there are some other methods also, though those they mentioned here. So this is how you can remember. Post is nothing but to create data. Get is nothing but to read data. Put is to update the data. Delete is to delete the data. This is these things we already covered, and we also covered like in case if we change this content, how to get that one. So all those stuffs we covered. Yeah. So this is the first steps, like you have to create, you have to import it, you have to create that instance, and after that you have to mention this decorator. At the rate means decorator, and after you have to mention the path, nothing but endpoints that you have to give. Let's say in our example also local host or 127 point something slash dot com slash, after that whatever value we are given there in the URL, right? That is nothing but the endpoint or path. Okay, so after declaring that decorator, you have to give you have to create some function so that it will return some response, and those that response will be reflected there. So this is what we covered, and let's jump into path parameters. So path parameters means, see, let's say you are creating one application. You want to take age of a person through the link. So you have to ask, right? So let's say your age has to mention like 99 years or 90 years, let's say, so or 9 years. So on the top itself, you can in the path itself you can mention like this is what they're explaining in this example. So how you declare the parameters, nothing but this. So you can see this example. So what they're taking, there is one end route or endpoint. So there are some many items are there. In that item, they are taking the ID. So let's say you are ordering something in the Flipkart or Amazon. So there are multiple items will be there, right? You have to know the ID. So maybe you, from user perspective, this is not the case. But let's say you joined. Uh, let's say you join Flipkart, so let's say you join Amazon or whatever it might be. So they have one product. Let's say you joined Apple, so they have this ID, or you have to create one logic, like you have to create one API so that it will have that ID from the user, something like that. So IMEI number or anything you can say. So how you have to ask that? So this is the way you can expect the rest things from the user, so that once you have that ID, you can do some other process, then you can return some response. So that is what they explain here. Like we'll try this. We can copy this and we'll implement this. We'll see how it goes. So let's create one file that is nothing but path parameter dot py. Let's paste it here. Okay, control S. So now you have to give this command uvcon, and the file name now it is changed. What is the file name is path underscore parameter. So path underscore parameter, that's it. I have to give this, and after that you have to hit enter. Okay, you can see this, you got the, you know, it was running in this localhost 127.0.01 colon 8000. So click on this link, it will open. So it won't display anything because we didn't give anything. So we have to click on uh, so this is the URL, right? After that, just hit docs, then you'll get the swagger away. Those things we already covered. You can see this. Okay, so let's click on, we have to try this out. Click on try it out. You can see this, it was asking like it is required. So you have to damn sure you have to fill this ID, then only it will take and it will proceed further. So you can see this, if you won't fill that, it is required, obviously you have to fill. So this is how you can create this path parameters. Let's say you have to click on try it out, and you have to give this any number. Let's say I given 56. Let's say, okay. So let's say click on execute. It will execute it. Okay, you can see this item ID. You got the response like this. Okay, so maybe in the code itself you can modify something. So those things you can obviously can do. So instead of return item ID, so let's say I'm making it as a integer. Okay, I'm making it as integer, and I'm multiplying that with 2 times. Let's say example. Let's say you are taking some age, and you are just doing some kind of predictions after doubling his age. Maybe something like that, just for the reference. Or you are taking item ID, you want to duplicate that ID so multiple times, or something like that. Let's take any example. Okay, in this way we done, and it will return whatever value given, that will be multiplied by 2. So if you go there, uh, let's say let's take some 5 and execute. So you can see this, now it is 10 because we already changed the logic, right? So this is how we'll get the response body. So this is nothing but a parameter, like path parameters. You can take some values, you can take it, and you can get the response. It might be string also. Okay, item ID can be string also. I given 56, but now if you want to give some value like foo, that is also you can give. Okay, this one I already did, so I declared it as an integer. So you can restrict the user not giving other data type. So now you can see this. This is a 5, right? So let's rerun this. Okay, you can see this example. So there's nothing but integer. They clearly mention like you have to pass only integer. If you pass like string value, it won't take, because we already declared like I want only string. So in case we give it, see clearly we got the error, like it the value has to be integer, it can't be string. Okay, So now if you change this like okay, let me refresh this, and let's say click on try it out, and after that come here and just say like 6, then execute. Then you can see the value is executed successfully, and you got the path is this, and you got the this. So this is how you have to implement this, and the data conversion, all those things you can tackle. uh, you can go through this is the same explanation related to path parameters and how to take that identic and all those stuffs you can see. uh, Sometimes like so you can do something like this. Order matters, like what they're explaining here is, let's say this is the end point, right? Like user is there, after that user id is there here. In case if the person is giving me, so which one it has to take, then this both endpoints are same, right? Then what value it has to take, it has to return this one or this one. So let's try this. Let's copy this. You will understand. That's why they mentioned whatever value you given, that will and one more thing, we don't need to remove this. We can paste it here, the couple of other methods. We can remove this. All get methods will be fine. Users, okay, control s, it will load again. And obviously we have the same uh, path, right? So you can now come here and you can refresh. Now see, there are three methods, right? In the same script you have multiple methods. You'll get multiple, so because you created three APIs, that's why, or three get APIs in the script. App.get, app.get. In the same way, you have three APIs you created, three functions. That's what they're reflecting. So now we are just checking these two. So whether I given this me in the this, it will return this response, or it will return user ID me. So this one we are checking. Let's see how it goes. Let's execute this. Try it out. This one, the interesting thing is this one won't take anything because it's already this. This is not a path parameter, right? So this one is this. Let's say we are going to, uh, let's say we'll take this directly, HTTP colon this one. We'll hit this, and so at this moment we don't have anything. Obviously, yeah, we have to go with this docs only. Then only we'll get to see. Ha, got it. So now we created this endpoint, right? So we can directly pass this one and see what it was returning. Earlier the case was different, right? uh, okay, now see how it goes. Now hit enter. Okay, I think it's another. See, now you got the response as user id. You can click on this, you got the response like user id current user. This is what it was there in the script, there in the method user id, the current user. You can see this. I can modify this to current version, let's say control s, and again it will reload. You can come back, and you have to give that path, you given this path, and you can give refresh. See, now let's say instead of me, if you take users, it has to be string. I'll say users, I'll give you, or I give my name. Okay, so if I come here in the path itself, users, and after that I'll give my name as Perumal. Hit enter. See, user id is perumal. Now it was changed, then that method is called. So the point what we're trying to explain here is, even if the endpoint has the same endpoints, like even the multiple methods have same endpoints, whatever you given on the top, so by the script will execute from top to bottom. Okay, so the whatever methods which was there on the top, it will execute like that. So this one will be executed first, then it will execute it. So now in this case we are not given me, so then we're going for something, that's why it executed. Earlier we given me, then even though it was matching the same endpoint, but it was returning this response, because this is in the order. That is a major concept here. Okay, so that is one of the next step. And after that, you can get this, you can easily even the both ones are same, you will get the first one. So that is what they're mentioning, whatever the first one will always get executed and it will return the response. Okay, so you can try all these things, guys. You can showcase some kind of options also. Maybe we can try this. Let's say I'm copying this, and we'll execute this one, so this might be useful. uh, let's say I'm control a, control v, modified everything, and control s. So now it was changed. So what, I have to give one model name. Okay, so the model name is already there. This is nothing but, let's say we want to restrict the user to give only from these options. He don't have to go to some other options. He don't need to give any other data. So what we are doing is, let's say you are creating one API for the Apple. It has to display only Apple models, like iPhone 16, iPhone 17, or something like that. So it doesn't have to display like Samsung 22, so S22, S23. It doesn't have to display that. So that's why you are restricting, like only these are the things are available. So you have to select any one from these. How you can do that step? So this is the way you can do that step. You can declare that, you can declare one class, and you can pass that one in the parameters. Like earlier we used to given data type restriction, right? It has to be only integer, it has to be only string. In the same way we have to do like this. Okay, so it was already running, and now this won't execute because we already removed. So let's say 1800, enter. Let's go to docs. Okay, now see, this one is there. You can see this, try it out. You can select any of the three, nothing more than that. This is the advantage. Okay, so when you created one enum, one created one class, let's say I selected resnet and execute. uh, you can see this model name is this, messages have some residuals. That is what they given in this one. So if the model name is resnet, uh, this one will execute. So they given some condition. If it is AlexNet, this way has to be the message. If it is a Linet, it has to be this has to be the message. And if it is other, then this one is the one. So we got the response like this. Okay. So that's it, guys. In this way, you can do. Okay, and you can do the same step, like how to create the path parameters and all those stuff. You can see this is what they're explaining, like what I explained in the same way. So that is what they mentioned. You can copy this, you can try that, you can change some different values. In this way you can play with these things. So this is nothing but path parameters. uh, I hope you learned something new, and we'll try to cover the remaining things in the next tutorials. Till then, take care, enjoy. Thank you.